Oh, let's check my channel. Oh, spelled it wrong. Darn small buttons. Alright, everything bagel. There we go. Oh, can't forget to filter by channel. Oh, there it is. Huh, my subscribers have been going up quite a lot. Huh, let's check the views of my videos. Normally I only get like 20 a video, maybe less. Wait a minute. Wait.
First of all, I'd like to say that I'm so happy that that video has been getting a lot of views, because like I said, up until that, my most viewed video was my review of the Darjeeling Limited, which was what felt like, years ago, which was only like 73 views. So thank you for watching and, actually taking the time to watch my videos, because I'm pretty sure that that video alone has had more views than like all my other videos combined, basically. Keep watching that video if you haven't yet. I can't imagine how many people are watching it. Also, thank you for subscribing. My subscriber number has gone up in a few days. It's really close to 50, and I really wanted to get to 50. I said by the end of the school year, I'm going to be at 50 subscribers, and even though the school year is over, I'm still willing to get to that milestone. So just thank you for all your contributing and support for my channel. And today, you guys really like Big Brother videos, and I already was planning to make a Big Brother video, so the most recent Big Brother season was Big Brother 21, and today I'm going to rank all of the Big Brother 21 house guests, because I'm very opinionated. Wise man once said that the most hated Big Brother contestants are always evicted very quickly. You made that one up. Maybe I did, but in Bella Wang's case, she fits. If you went into BB21 wanting some catty and petty fighting, Bella was your girl. But she also was just a toxic person to be around. She was in the Grateful Alliance, which tanked, even though she was technically dragged into it because she was in a showmance with Nick Macaron. More on that later. But her early pre-jury exit and dislikable character, I had no choice but to put her at the bottom. Amy was evicted before we could get to know her, but I think she was a pretty good person. She didn't seem to want to get herself into any drama, but ultimately she did, and straight from the beginning, she was just sort of a victim of circumstance. After being banished alongside Jessica, Cliff, and David, and then coming back during the camp director twist, she was, I guess, a threat? I don't know. The guy was evicted night one, joining the club with Glenn from BB18 and Jody from BB14. I think he'd also be higher had he not been gone so early, and I think he would have made it pretty far if he had just gotten over that first twist. Normally, there's always the first hump that most house guests get over, and I think a lot of the first evictees of seasons, I think had they not been evicted first, they probably would have made it longer. I also have to acknowledge that he did spend 4 weeks following his eviction in Camp Comeback, which is basically just like the season's Have Not room. And while some pre-jurors in Camp Comeback, like Ovi, more on him later, actually spoke up against certain things that were happening in the HOH room, more on that later too, David was relatively silent. This guy deserved to win, but that doesn't mean that I liked it. The problem was he literally won everything. I mean, he could get put up, and it wouldn't even be worth the HOH's time because he would just win the veto. And there was also this scandal where the producers were accused of helping Mickey win the final veto competition, which I did not like that. There was another time where all the house guests had to wear lederhosen as part of the competition, and he took his off because it was slipping off and tripping him up, which I used to think was kind of cheap, but I don't know, it kind of makes sense now. And that veto that the producers helped him win was basically would determine whether he would go home at 4th place or possibly win the entire season. Now, with that all being said, it's not often that someone forms a mega alliance practically day one, watches as it crumbles before him, picks up the broken pieces to form a smaller alliance that also falls apart, and then not only makes it to final 2, but also alongside his showmance. Now, with all that being said, he and his undeniable alliance was also apparently accused of bullying Nicole, which sounds pretty serious, but all they did was lock her out of the HOH while the entire alliance talked crap about her. Oh, so that's what they meant. He just didn't catch my fancy. She seemed pretty toxic at times and didn't win that many competitions. Ultimately, she's just one of a few house guests each season that I'm kind of indifferent to, and for someone who can be so hostile at times, she cried like every single episode. That's just a hypocrite. I wasn't a huge fan of this guy, and he left pretty early too. But if I placed him any lower, Jason Momoa would kill me and my whole family. I ultimately thought that he was a better person than Jackson, and although Jack was pretty unforgettable, there is one thing I'll always remember about him.
Did I not tell you on day 2 that I thought they knew each other? Yeah, but you said it differently.
He was Mickey's Cabbage Patch Kids. BB18 fans will get that reference. Even if she won a few competitions, nobody saw her as someone that truly played the game, and the jury's voting reflected that. Basically, she was always in Mickey's shadow, and the only reason she made as far as she did was because she was in a showmance with him. What even is a wine safari anyway? She's a total coaster. The only reason she placed the way she did was because she wasn't a legitimate threat. I mean, watch this.
Okay. Okay.
She kind of teamed up with Cliff, Nicole, and Kat, and I guess Ovi, but that was because they were basically the rest of the house that wasn't in an alliance together. They were the bottom feeders, the underdogs, and although Jess didn't really make it super far, it was nice to see some others on her side do so. This guy went from alliance macho to the equivalent of the Leon Trotsky of the Undeniable Alliance, to being the first guy I've ever seen in a Big Brother season to have 2 showmances. Wow, what a player. I think after realizing that Plan Cool Nick was backfiring, he had to turn the crazy weirdo level to like a 100 and flip to the other side of the house. That might have worked until like the final 8. Sad as this is as far as I can fairly put Ovi. Like I said in my Big Brother 22 video, I seriously thought Ovi was gonna win at the beginning because of his personality and character type mixed with his experience in minor level politics. I just think that Ovi chose the wrong season to be on. Out of any season, this is like the worst season for a true altruist. Sis was just super cute, and her showmance with Jack, aka Jason Momoa, aka Aquaman, aka please don't kill me for putting you so low, was cuter than that of Mickey and Holly's. Besides that, she was one of the only moral members of the 6 shooters, but her poor performance in comps mixed with her association with Jack sent her packing relatively early. His first song, Stay With Me, this British pop singer a few years ago actually sang the title song for the new James Bond movie. What?
Wrong Sam Smith.
Oh, sorry, my bad. He was a great guy and one of the only, kind house guests on the season. He may have gone out pre-jury, but he had promise of being a comp beast, and I actually thought he would make it pretty far. I don't even get it, because he was basically annexed into the Grateful Alliance right before his eviction. Sad. Tommy would have won if he aligned further with Mickey, but his one true loyalty was to Christy, I guess. Well, she was married, or she was dating his aunt. Tommy was just a good guy and an even better player, but like I said earlier, if Nick was the Trotsky of this season, that means Mickey was Stalin, and nobody can beat Stalin and his wine safari girlfriend. I never thought I would say that sentence.
No witches conspiring against me!
I thought she was gonna be the diva of this season, but she ended up being the quirky, goofy girl next door that the HOH would pressure you to get into a showmance with. I'm gonna be honest, over that analogy sucked. I don't know where I was going with that. The best thing Kat did was once she was sent to jury, she got into a jurymance with Nick, who was previously in a showmance with Bella, who is scum of the earth, so way to go, Kat! Here we go, the underdog. She started out as basically a floater, and even though she might resemble some sort of Sam Bledsoe, my hopes for her were pretty bleak, and at some point she formed a sort of counter-alliance, and although it was much too weak to be compared to a coup, she definitely made some moves, and this is proven by the fact that she and Cliff made up the final 4 with Holly and Mickey. And some could argue that at that point, her and Cliff were more powerful than the power couple of that season, with Mickey ineligible to compete in the final 4 HOH, which Nicole then won. However, that's where she went wrong. I think she could have played the cards a little bit better because Cliff ended up going home that week. But the final 4 HOH is always a tough situation. Speaking of Cliff, this guy was a shining example of the older house guests just dominating in their season. He was persecuted in the beginning, being banished from the house by Mickey during the infamous camp director twist. He was the first of 3 to escape the dark room and win himself back into the house, and only to be evicted a few weeks later after Christy overheard him talking game to himself and ratted him out to her alliance. No biggie though, because that season's battle back was for the first 4 house guests, and he made it look easy. He was actually rubbing it into the other evictees. That's how macho he got. But that wasn't just him under the influence of a win. He continued to play a great social game and still held his own when he had to, winning at least one head of household across the entire season. I really wanted him to win America's Favorite House Guest, but Nicole ended up taking that title, but at that point, she deserved it. From the beginning, Cliff was not only a good player, but a funny and exciting one to watch. Thank you guys for watching, and probably soon, I want to continue making these ranking house guest videos, so I might do Big Brother 20 next. I think it makes sense to just start with the most recent season and then work backwards. I haven't seen all the seasons, so I think once we get to, like, Big Brother 14, that's probably when I'll stop, because I do want to watch all the seasons. So at some point, you might hit a dry spell, but I'll try to put some space in between all of those Big Brother videos, and I'll have a lot of different ideas. Once again, you can comment below any ideas for videos. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later.